We continue learning Siman Mem Vav in Kitzur Yomi as we conclude today the halachas of Macholis Asurais. We are up to Sif Mem Aleph. Says the Kitzur. Sometimes within fruits that are preserved with honey and sugar, you find around the top of the kli, there are mites. Yinaku as heated, clean them well. Remove some of the food. That there's nothing left inside. If you cut a fruit, with a knife. And let's say with the knife you cut through a toilas, so you cut something not kosher. There's a second heativ. Wipe it off well. You have to cut a little bit off. You got to be careful that it was cut through, it was cleaned up properly. Now, of course, in note 88, it points out if it was cut something sharp with it, you're going to have a larger concern. Inside worms, inside fish, there are worms, big anisakis fish that we had shilas about years ago. There are the herring, the milky liquid, there are some little worms. Sometimes the fish have near the fins, also in the fins, in the mouth, behind the gills. So you can live the you gotta check it and scrape it properly. My name's a big vino, worms inside cheese. If one is not disgusted, the worms in the cheese is not aser. As long as they're not fully separate, as long as they're inside the cheese. The Torah gave many prohibitions against shratzim. With shratzim, you got to be very, very careful. We conclude this long and lengthy siman all about machos asuris sif mem vav. Hasher lamayra is a shayla. Vasarai, and the Mayra says it's aser, then wala lisha aid lamayra acher, you can't ask someone else. Elam kain hoidi oishkar rishon laser, a very big topic. You can't go rabbi hunting. So if one Rav says it's no good and you want to ask another Rav, you have to tell the second Rav that the first Rav said it's no good, and that allows him the option, the availability, the knowledge. If he wants to now be Mekel or whatever it is, he feels there's more details. We have to tell him that another Rav Paskind that it was Aser. And we continue with Yayin Nesech. Baruch Hashem, we wrote a sefer on this, wine, whiskey, and halacha. Feel free to reach out for a copy. Siman Mem Zayin says that the kids Stam Yeinum, wine of a guy, Bisman Hazev Chemagakum, Shaloi. Or a guy touches wine. Some say you can't drink it. It's not also a benefit. You'll accept wine as a payment of a debt. And they have come out with them because you're like saving it for the guy. Because if not, you're not going to get anything. If you made a mistake and you bought the wine, however, you cannot purchase it in order for a profit. One should be machmer. You allowed to prepare a therapeutic bath with such wine. Again, because this is a level of hana, this is not a level of shtia. And we continue with Sif Gimel, Yain kosher wine that is cooked. This is Yain Mevushal. Now those words are the incredible words. Note 8 points out, Moshe says let's get to 175. Now pasteurization is a big shayla on this, because the amount that it is minimized is mamish negligible. It's still mutter afterwards bishtia. Wine to which the herb was added, vermouth, koshashim, yayin alavel, and itbashal nesar would be aser. We'll just point out that yayin mavushal, it's a big shiloh, like we just said, because pasteurization, flash pasteurization, doesn't really diminish the quantity, and therefore it's definitely not lechatchila to allow a guy to pour such wine, etc. Says the Kitzur Sif Dalit Tavshil, a food that is cooked, yayin mu'urav by wine is in it, nicker. We don't see the wine, even if it's not boiled in Neser Maga Akum. So let's say you have a piece of meat that is marinating and there's some wine in the sauce. The guy doesn't know there's wine in it. The whole concern, of course, is yayin that the guy's going to pour the zar. If he doesn't even know it's wine in it, says the Kitzur, say the Paiskim, you do not have to be concerned, and the guy could touch it, move it, etc. Yayin mazog, diluted wine. Im yesh shisha chalak mayim, 6 parts water. Batal yayin, the wine is batal. The fasting din of bittul b'yayin, which is b'sheish, we don't have to. It's not usher if a guy touched them. Yayin tzimukim, raisin wine. Dainu shenasa mayim ala tzimukim, you pour water onto raisin yayin gamar. It's like full wine. And we conclude, two more seven. Hatemed, that wine put on grape seeds or leads, if it's quality to drink it, it's not mutter if a guy touched it. And we conclude with Siv Zayin, says the Kitzur. Anovim, Duruchais begigis. Grapes that are passed in a vat, once a little bit of wine flows out of the vat. Or even if it didn't flow out, but you draw wine for a minute with a utensil, it's all called wine. And that moment that the wine is drawn out, that is the moment that it's usher if a guy touches it. If he only touches the peels and the seeds, vats of pressed grapes, they're standing in the house of a guy, because wine might have been drawn out of it. You cannot leave grapes by a guy, because you never know that some of the wine might flow through it, give it a status of wine, make everything usher. We'll pick it up from here.